Once upon a time, in a quaint little barn nestled at the edge of a sprawling meadow, lived a curious old goat named Gus. Gus was known for his wise eyes and soft heart. Despite his age, he had a zest for life and was always in the midst of adventure. One sunny morning, while foraging near the barn, Gus heard the softest of mews coming from a nearby haystack. Intrigued, he trotted over and discovered something extraordinary. 3 tiny kittens huddled together, their eyes barely open, meowing softly for their mother. Moved by their helplessness, Gus decided to watch over them. As the days passed, Gus became quite fond of the little kittens, whom he named Whiskers, Mittens, and Shadow. The kittens, in turn, were captivated by Gus's gentle nature and the stories he would bleat about his adventures. Every day, Gus would take the kittens on little excursions around the farm, teaching them the ways of the world. He showed them how to nudge open the barn door, led them to the best sunlit patches to nap, and introduced them to the other animals. The hens would cluck in amusement at the sight of Gus playing tag with his feline family, while the horses neighed softly, recognizing the beauty of this unusual companionship. However, one day, while the kittens were playfully chasing a butterfly, a sudden storm rolled in. As the sky darkened and the wind howled, Gus knew they had to get back to the safety of the barn. He quickly ushered the kittens home, but little Shadow, being playful and a bit rebellious, darted away, intrigued by the storm's sounds. Panic set in as Gus realized Shadow was missing. Without a moment's hesitation, Gus braved the rain and wind, calling out for Shadow with soulful bleats. His heart raced as he spotted a tiny figure under a bush, trembling and wet. Gus nuzzled Shadow gently, comforting him and carrying him back to safety. Back in the dry comfort of the barn, Gus and the kittens snuggled closely, the kittens purring with gratitude and warmth. From that day on, the kittens never strayed far from Gus, trusting his wisdom and loving guidance. The barn animals often spoke of the bond between the wise goat and the 3 kittens, a tale of friendship that warmed hearts throughout the meadow. And so, Gus and his kittens lived happily, sharing endless tales, sunlit naps, and the joy of companionship.